From Software just announced that Sekiro Shadows Die Twice just passed the 10 million units sold mark, and that is fantastic news. Sekiro is definitely my favorite From Software game without a shadow of a doubt, and it took a while to get there. IGN breaks down the numbers here. So they wrote that Sekiro sold over 2 million copies within 10 days of launch, with 5 million being sold by July 2020. That figure has now doubled in 3 years since. And of course, since it's IGN, they had to do a little bit of a journalist take, and they said that it might be a little bit easier than a Souls game, but it's something amazing all on its own. I strongly disagree with that journalistic take. Sekiro is much harder in my opinion. A lot of journalists were suffering when they had to review this game, but that's not the point of the video. 10 million units sold is an amazing milestone, and personally there's nothing more that I would want than a sequel or a spiritual successor. But if we put these numbers in comparison with Elden Ring's numbers, you can see that there's a huge discrepancy. But it's not just black or white, because Elden Ring being open world took a lot more time and money to develop. Sekiro was a much smaller project that didn't nearly require as many devs to work on, and it still sold amazing. So I certainly hope that From Software will see these numbers and see the demand for Sekiro 2 or a spiritual successor. Now, just like the Souls games before it, Sekiro had such an impact on the gaming community that it spawned several clones, several Sekiro-likes. And the first one that came out was actually Thymesia. And Thymesia, even though it is an indie game, it is short, it is an extremely good game. I loved my time with Thymesia. Surprisingly, it's actually the first video on my channel that got any type of traction over a year ago. And then there was Wolong. Using their experience with the Neo series, Team Ninja changed the parrying mechanic to a deflection mechanic, where instead of just parrying the attack, you could deflect and choose the direction in which you will position your body once you deflect the attack. And Wolong is a great game, although the morale system is really pissing me off. I wish that wasn't in the game, but it is what it is. And finally, most recently, we have Lies of P, which at first glance appears to be a regular Souls-like, but just like I told people in this video, when you pick it apart, you realize that it has a lot more in common with Sekiro than Dark Souls. So as you can see, Sekiro had a massive impact on the gaming industry as a whole, and I'm sure we will see more Sekiro-likes in the future. Now, will From Software revisit this glorious IP? Time will tell.